welcome to Rainy Books with Amanda. Today I'm going to be doing a book review on Crying in Mart by Michelle Zauner. So first I'll talk a little bit about why I picked this up. I saw this come out when it first came out. It caught my attention because I am a big Mart fan. I used to live in an area that had Mart, and now I do not. So and for those of you who don't know, Mart is this really big Asian grocery store that's not just a grocery store. It has like restaurants, they have cosmetics, they have appliances, they have everything under the sun. So it's a really big place, and if you live by one, you are very lucky because I do not have anything like that here. We do have some small mom and pop stores which are fabulous, but it'd be kind of cool to have an Mart, you know, spice it up a bit. Anyways, so that's why I picked it up. It just seemed interesting, and it's a memoir, and I love memoirs and autobiographies, so that'd be a good one to pick up. So first off, a little bit about our author. Michelle Zauner is best known as a singer and guitarist who creates dreamy, shoegaze-inspired indie pop under the name Japanese Breakfast. She has won acclaim from major music outlets around the world for releases like Psychopump and Soft Sounds from Another Planet. Zauner's nonfiction has been published in The New Yorker, Harper's Bazaar, and Glamour. And I will link her website down below so you can find her there. And then so I'm going to read the synopsis of the book, and then I'll get into the review. Michelle Zauner was in her mid-20s working as a waitress and struggling to launch her music career in Philadelphia. She got a call that her mother was ill. She put her life on hold and flew home to Eugene, Oregon to be with her mother through the final excruciating months of her battle with cancer. This is Zauner's searingly candid coming-of-age story of growing apart from and then back together with her Korean identity, and of forging her own path in the wake of a devastating loss. With humor and heart, she tells of growing up Asian American, straining to meet her mother's expectations, moving across the country, and returning home to reckon with grief. She recalls treasured childhood holidays spent in her grandmother's tiny apartment in Seoul, and now in adulthood, learning to cook the Korean dishes that revive and nourish those memories. She savors the unexpected solace of weekly trips to her favorite Asian grocery store. And this is her debut book, so yeah. So first off, Crying in Mart will make you cry physically wherever you are. It is a very candid book, and it is pretty sad. There are some relatable moments, and there were some just moments that really hit home for me, and I'm sure it'll hit home for every reader out there. I couldn't even bring the book to work. I usually read during my lunch breaks, and I couldn't bring it because it was really sad, and I did cry at a few parts. But that's amazing, because I think if a book can make you feel something, then it's doing its job, and the author did a great job of making me feel emotional. I also really enjoyed how she talks about her two identities almost, her American side and then her Korean side, how she's dealing with it, how she dealt with it, how she felt having two different sort of identities growing up, and how the two have clashed and come apart, and how she's clashed with both of them and come back to both of them. So it's really interesting, and I think everyone can kind of identify that in their own little way, but I think especially in the Asian American community, they can relate to Michelle and her story, and I'm sure it speaks for a lot of people and relatable to a lot of people. The author just does a great job at going back and retelling her story as well. There's some good ways to tell a memoir, and there's some bad ways, and Michelle just does a great job at portraying her feelings and being candid. There are also some times like she's being brutally honest about like how her relationship is with her father, and she doesn't have the best relationship with him, and she was very honest about that, and I'm sure that took a lot of herself to write that and put put it out there in the world because her dad is still alive, and so I'm sure she probably had some feelings about writing about that, but she did it, and you know, a lot of people can relate to that. I think this all just goes around being relatable. Like, she didn't live this crazy expensive life or anything. She lived a pretty normal life. She's an extraordinary person who's lived this normal yet interesting life. That's what I'm trying to say. And there were some fun moments too in it. There are some interesting moments, and there were some what if moments, like if she had stayed in Seoul and became a K-pop star, what would have happened? So it was interesting to see how she felt about her decisions back then and her decisions now. Yeah, overall, I do really recommend this book. It's a great one to put on your shelf. It is definitely a huge roller coaster of emotions, so definitely if you're not in the mindset to read something super emotional, maybe skip it this month to a time when you can handle something a little more emotional. But other than that, it's a really great read, and there's nothing bad I'd have to say about it. I think it was great, 5 out of 5. Definitely recommend this one. Well, thank you for joining me in my quick book review. If you like book reviews, silent vlogs, or anything of the sort, please like and subscribe. And until next time, happy reading.